in a row. 7 in a row. That is how many losses in a row we have lost to the Vegas Golden Knights. The Blackhawks have lost their 7th game against the Vegas Golden Knights again by blowing a lead late in regulation. They had a lead throughout the entire game. It was a goalie duel. Robin Leonard played great. Marc-Andre Fleury was on his head. And we had a career first goal in the game. But this is the 7th game in a row the Chicago Blackhawks lose to the Vegas Golden Knights in a shootout. Yes, so no goals were actually scored in a shootout. It ends up being 2-1 Golden Knights at the final score, but it ends up being a 1-1 game. We had a goalie duel the entirety of the night, as the Blackhawks looked to have led their team to a potential shutout with 1:30 left in regulation. Until it happens, the defense does not play. The Blackhawks lose in a shootout to the Vegas Golden Knights. We get a point, but we should have won this game. It was robbed from us. So let's talk about the goals of the game, since it was just 2 total goals in the entire game. Okay, at 16:15 in the first period, scored from your Blackhawks, number 77, his first of his NHL career, Kirby Dach, assisted by Olli Maatta, and number 17, Dylan Strome, to give the Hawks a 1-0 lead at the end of 1. Dach scores his career first NHL goal by a shot from Maatta at the circle, going off Dach's leg and into the open net behind Marc-Andre Fleury. The sully that Dach had was great. It was a great game played by Kirby Dach in his second career NHL game, and he scores his first NHL goal. Congratulations, Kirby Dach, on your first NHL goal. So, we end up having an entirety of the first period. It was back and forth hockey, up and down the ice, and Hawks were outplaying the Golden Knights the entirety of the play, but it felt more back and forth in my opinion. So let's take a look at the shots in this game, because the Golden Knights outshoot the Blackhawks 34-32. Hawks were outshooting the Golden Knights the majority of the game until the last 5 minutes of the game. Face-off percentage, the Hawks had it, 53 for the Hawks, well, 53% for the Hawks, 46% for the Golden Knights. Hawks killed 5 power plays. They killed a big one in overtime. Yes, they killed 5 power plays. And the Hawks had 4 power plays and could not capitalize against Marc-Andre Fleury. Total hits on the game, 35 for the Hawks, 30 for the Golden Knights. Block shots, 21 for the Hawks, 9 for the Golden Knights. Giveaways, 11 for Golden Knights, 17 for the Hawks. Not good on giveaway numbers right there. Takeaways, though, the Hawks had 11, Golden Knights had 10. But let's go back to the next goal. It happened in the third period, as I said, with 1:30 left in regulation. Hold'em scores his second of the season for the Golden Knights to tie the game up, assisted by Mark Stone and Paul Stastny to tie the game up in regulation to force overtime, where we go to overtime. That was back and forth. Then 1:30 remaining in the overtime, Jonathan Toews was called with a hooking and was sent to the box. That meaning the Hawks PK needed to step up. It did. Hawks killed the power play. We go to a shootout. players on the shootout to start the shootout off. It was your captain, number 19, Jonathan Toews. He scores it, goes in wide on the shootout, scores it past Marc-Andre Fleury. So we go to the Vegas shooter next, Brandon Peary, former Blackhawk, and he takes it up, goes in slow, tries to deke Leonard. Leonard did throw the stick out kinda to pulp check, and he gets the save. No goal there. We go to the next shooter. Patrick Kane goes up. He goes up wide, goes in, slows down, tries to go backhand, forehand, and shoot it past Marc-Andre Fleury. It looked like it could have gone through if the ref didn't blow the whistle. So it's right now 1-0 Hawks. So we go to the next shooter. Jonathan Marchessault takes it all the way up and snipes it past Robin Leonard, tied 1-1. Next shooter, number 12, Alex DeBrincat goes in, up, tries to deke his way through to break Fleury. Fleury had none of it, and Cat could not get a goal. So we go to the next shooter. For the winner from the Golden Knights, Shea Theodore scores just from a snipe and gets it in. The Golden Knights won in a shootout. The most crappy way of winning a game. Shootouts are not hockey. I'm sorry, it's not. It's just a skills competition. The Hawks should have won this game in regulation, and they got robbed. The goal from the Golden Knights that tied it went through Leonard when he was on a middle of he went from one side of the net to the other. He was in position, but his pads were not ready yet. They shot it right past Leonard in the 5-hole to tie the game, and that's how we went to overtime and end up losing in a shootout. I don't know how the Blackhawks could not beat this team in Vegas. This is ridiculous. 7 games now, the Hawks have played Vegas, and they're yet to win their first game against them. That needs to be fixed. I don't know how hard it is to actually find a way to get a win against the Golden Knights. The Hawks get a point on this in the standings, but still, that's nothing for what happened. You're losing a shootout. That should not happen. You should win this game. The Hawks should have won this game. We had the goalie duel, yes. We had a career first goal, yes. But the Hawks do not come out on top over the Vegas Golden Knights. Down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were from this game. And thank you for watching the broadcast. I know you did not enjoy the outcome. Hawks lose in a shootout 2-1. And thank you for watching the broadcast. But most of all, let's go Hawks. And can we find a way to beat Vegas for once?